The Big Show on Hauraki. Cheers, Tui, for bringing back the laughs in a world gone mad. Yeah, right.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hauraki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Friday afternoon. It is the 4th of October 2024, and you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Tui. I nearly said it then. I nearly fell into it, fellas.
Boy.
Hey, now, Tui are bringing back their amazingly popular Tui billboards. If you've got an idea for a Tui billboard, text us 3483 right now, and we'll run it up the flagpole and see what happens.
Yeah.
Certainly will.
Yeah.
Mogey, you look good today, man, and your tidy-whitey, you rogue stallion.
Thanks, man.
I was about to jump into that.
I appreciate that. I like the
yeah.
way you say it, Keyzie, because it's not just rote, you know, it's like coming from the heart, whereas
Yeah.
Jase sort of says it every day.
Well, but only because it's true.
Every day it's true.
To be fair, Mogey, I say to my wife I love her every day.
That's true.
And it never sounds
true.
boring to her, I'm sure.
Does she sort of reciprocate the I love yous, or are you sort of throwing them out 10 to 1?
10 to 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be fair?
More than happy to take a compliment, aren't they, the
Yeah.
wives?
Yes.
What would the ratio actually be? Would it be...
Oh, in terms of me saying...
You saying or her saying?
I would say 100 to 200 to 1.
Right,
Wow,
in terms of you
okay, that's
complimenting
interesting.
her.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I say it every time I think it. So every time she walks into the room, I go, God, you're beautiful. But it's because
Sure.
that's what I think in my head. So I
Right.
don't just think it, I say it. Now, I walk into a room, is she thinking that? Probably not. Even though I've got this sick pimple.
I wasn't going to go there at all. Keyzie, you mad bastard. How are you, mate? Looking good in your denim jacket there and your hoodie over the top. Good look, brother. Good look.
Yeah, man, this is called the Hoity J, of
Yeah,
course.
sure is.
Jason Hoyt invented having a hoodie under a jacket. And so I wear it with honour, and whenever anyone compliments me, I say thanks. Hoity J taught me to wear it like
Hoity
this.
Joe.
Hoity
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah. Good stuff. Your bangs are looking good too, man.
Thanks, mate. Just a little heads up for everyone. Matt Heath's final day. We're going to get into that next.
Yes.
And myself and Mogey and old Pug Son. You've been filming.
I have.
But we've been... backboning around the office with everyone for a few hours. So.
It smells like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in other news, it's also Frout Out Shy Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
my
sure
goodness.
is.
It's
So-
Frout Out Shy Day. So if you've got any Frout Outs for old Matt Heath, you could just pump them out.
Yeah.
Send them through 3483 or jump on the talkbacks there on the... Is that what they're called?
iHeartRadio app.
Are they called talkbacks?
Talkbacks,
Yeah, talkbacks, yes.
Honestly, if you're listening out there, can you do us a goddamn talkback?
Sure.
I love them, and we never get them, so I want them.
And I
Or I'm
think,
going to half-ass it for the rest of the show.
quite seriously, I think Matty would be really moved if
Oh, he'd
people
be-
took the time
I mean,
to
he's not
write
going to
some
listen.
texts.
He won't listen, but, you know.
Yeah. So go away. Get out there and
Go
start
away.
texting, you mad bastards. Hey, let's have a bit of Pearl Jam to start off.
Good one, Hoity Joe.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Basement Jack's there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Friday afternoon. Obviously, a big day here at Radio Hauraki with the final show for Matty Heath, the legend of Radio Hauraki. And fellas, sadly, I was filming this morning, so I missed the final show. But I believe you massive backbones represented the big show there this morning.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job. And by we, I mean me.
Sure.
Keyzie turned up about 9 o'clock.
10 to 8. 10 to 8 I was there. Mogey was here at like 5 a.m. It's like, what?
I got here about 3 a.m. No, I got in here about 6:15.
Yes.
And came in and did a couple of breaks with the fellas there. Nice to be a part of history. And it was a really just a lovely show, obviously culminating in a pretty... The last break was very emotional. I thought they did a great job. Jerry in tears, as was Matt. And played some sort of audio from his kids, which was really nice.
How good.
And then even played one of his boys back in the day. He played father and son. Do you remember that when he was
Yes.
a little fella? So he
Yes.
played that, and it was just like absolute gut punch for Matt. Really stitched him up a beauty with that. So he's straight on with the sunglasses.
Yes.
But yeah, pretty awesome, man. A huge, a massive end of an era.
Yeah, well, absolutely, man, absolutely.
And it was a really interesting
You're
contrast.
getting emotional now just thinking
Yeah,
about
I'm
it,
just
aren't you,
breaking up.
Keyzie?
Yeah. It was really an emotional contrast because for 14 years, 11 with Jerry, Matt Heath has talked a lot of shit. But for the final, 10 10 minutes of that show, he didn't say much at all.
Yes.
Because if he opened his mouth, he would have been blubbering.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it was Jerry delivering just some lovely, well put together, eloquent speeches about how great Matt is, how much he's grown as a father, that sort of stuff, and how they've never had a proper argument, and how it's been an absolute joy to work together. So I can only imagine when our show gets cancelled at the end of this year, that it'll be a sort of similar send-off.
Well, we won't have time for the send-off. We'll get the email over Christmas. Don't come back.
Yeah, so-
Which is all good. But also,
Hand in your swipey.
I was looking at how long Hauraki has been around.
Yes.
Matt and Jerry have been doing the breakfast for 20% of the time that Hauraki has even been around,
Wow,
which would
yeah.
be close to the longest serving breakfast. That's a massive chunk. That's a huge part of radio history. And
It is.
Radio Hauraki is it's a historic station.
Sure.
And it's not easy to hold down a regular show like that year on year, especially breakfast. Like,
Yes.
a lot of personalities and things. And what's even more interesting about it, and the fact that it's stopping, is that they all still love doing it.
Yeah.
And so to walk away from something that you absolutely love doing, that's such a huge call.
It is, but always I think the best call.
Yes,
You want to
yes.
leave when you're on top and you're feeling good about it, as opposed to when you're on the downhill slide like we are.
Yeah.
And then you just pull out because it's just become too painful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you don't want to be in a situation that we're in where we're just here to pay the bills. We kind of fell out a long time ago, and then whenever we go on air now, we're pretending that we get along and stuff, but off air it's just toxic.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
horrible.
Straight on the phone.
Yeah,
No
it's-
eye
yeah,
contact, no
yeah.
chat.
You would not believe what Keyzie said to me today, darling.
But farewell, Matt, mate. You're an absolute backbone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, next up, keep those texts coming, by the way, on 3483. We'll get into a few of those next.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed. Guns Roses there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show. Tell you what, the old texts are pouring in on 3483. But before we get into those, you've got something you need to tell us, apparently, Keyzie.
No, what do you mean, apparently, Keyzie?
What you were saying, there's something I need to talk about on air in the next break, fellas. So rather than read the text at the moment, which we'll get to,
Right, yeah.
you can get into what you want
Throw it
to talk to us about.
Well, look, I don't want to draw a massive amount of attention to it. It's just something interesting happened to me last night, and I wanted to
Sure.
know if a similar thing had ever happened to you guys.
Okay. Good setup.
So basically, what happened was my wife and I,
Yeah.
My wife.
we were just sort of there.
Oh, no. Oh,
You like that?
It was I haven't even said anything.
yes. You were what?
Dribbling as well.
All over
You
the
did just
I just dribbled
everywhere.
everywhere. Just thinking about it. So no, we were just starting to maybe
Yeah.
get things moving.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you do that, by the way?
Well, I put my orthopedic slippers on.
Oh, yeah, good.
Down
And
on all
you
fours.
get on all fours in your pink jacket.
That's right, and I mince into the room. And then I sort of get down on all fours and look over my shoulder. This isn't even the part. No. So let's just say
Sure, okay.
we're at the, at the very beginning where things were starting to heat up.
Sure.
In the Keyzie household.
Yeah.
And then like
And Jason's got a vivid imagination.
yeah, you do too. Okay, Jase.
Yeah, no, carry on.
Are you pitching a tent over there, man? What the hell? Okay, so things just starting to heat up, but
Yes.
not real hot,
Okay.
Sure,
just lukewarm to begin with.
sure, yeah.
And as we just sort of, as we're just starting to get into things, a thought popped into my head, and I was just like, "Fuck, it was funny today, old Mogey." And my wife was just like, if you mention old Mogey or Hoity J right now, then we're done here. And then I couldn't stop laughing. It was so-
Oh, God.
also like old Mogey as well. And the the worst part was? It was literally me trying to tell her the yarn about... It was me just trying to... Anyway, some frat outs here on 348.
Oh my god. Jesus.
But then I couldn't stop laughing because I now had it in my brain that this was going to be content on tomorrow's show.
Oh shit.
And then, later on that night, later on in the day, she was like, "So what were you? What did you want to tell me
What
about?"
was that yarn about old Mogey? She's dying to know.
And then I was like, "Oh, when his wife goes away, he does a big clear out. It throws away all the stuff." That was the shittest yarn. It's just, oh, cool, man. Thanks for bringing that up.
But the thing is, Keyzie, like when you brought it up, your radio through and through, it was such a great tease that she wanted to stick around through the shit sex to find out what the story was.
That's right. And now she's got a Tui prize pack.
Oh my God.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Oasis there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Friday afternoon.
Hey, Hoity J and old Mogey. Have you guys ever run an ultra marathon?
Nah.
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, really? When did you do that?
It was between my 20s and 25. I did heaps of them.
Right,
Between
okay.
your 20s and 25.
Yeah. 21, 22, 23, 24, around that age.
Yeah.
And what distance did you do? Did you do 6K, 11, 24, 50, 100, or 160?
They varied. 160.
160K.
Generally, but I was more your ultra marathon, sort of 200K plus.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So you'll be aware of the Fault Line Ultra then?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's hitting Wellington, New Zealand's adventure capital. And it's been going for a while now. It's a 2-day affair. There's all sorts of different distance runs from 6 to 6K.
Yeah.
All the way up to 100 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is, she's massive.
Yeah,
What
it's
would you do,
160K.
Keyzie? What would you do? You'd do the 6K, wouldn't you?
Oh, if there was a 3K, I'd do that.
I couldn't even do a 6.
No, neither.
I couldn't even do a 6.
Farthest I've ever run is like 5.5K.
Yeah.
And I was like, at the end of that, I was like, nah, it's too far.
Yeah.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
However, if you would like to represent the big show, because obviously we can't make it, fellas?
Well, I'd love to.
Same,
but
but-
except I hate running.
Yeah.
So
got
that
asthma.
rules me out.
I've got asthma, so I can't do it.
And I've blown out a glute doing a bench press, so...
How did you blow out a glute on the bench press?
Well, you're using all parts of your body in that situation, Keyzie. Anything can go at any time.
Right. Just thought it was your chest and your arms, but that's all good. We're looking for people to run in our place. This because usually you have to pay to enter an event like this. However, if you text,
I'd pay good money.
So would I.
Yeah.
if you text the word ultra to 3483, you can register there and get a chance to actually win free entry into the competition representing one of us, flights and accommodation. Just tell us who out of the three you'd like to be running or riding on behalf of, because there's a mountain bike version as well.
Oh, yeah. So you go ultra to 3483, then you register, and that's when you enter all that carry on in there.
That's right. And then you can represent one of us and win all that stuff for free.
And we have been getting thousands of entries on this one. There's so many backbones out there that love their running. So, it's a hot comp, this one.
It certainly is. Ultra to 3483. Register there for your chance to win free entry, flights, accommodation, all included as well. By the way, if you ever listen to podcasts, you should listen to today's podcast.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes out at 7:30. Yeah. You missed a goodie there.
Yeah, it was a classic. Absolute classic. Hey, speaking of which, here's a bit of Fat Freddy's.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
The Black Keys here on the radio, Hauraki Big Show this Friday afternoon. Now, we were talking quite extensively yesterday about the massive Mount Vesuvius pimple on Mogey's face there, and it was causing you a fair amount of distress, I think, and you were thinking in your head, how am I going to get rid of this bastard? Any progress on that front?
Well, it's certainly... I guess the issue I have is every time I saw somebody, I knew what they were looking at.
Sure.
And so I'd immediately say to them, "Are you looking at my pimple?"
Yes.
And the answer was invariably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym last night. Went and had a sauna. I thought a sauna, if I can sweat it out, get the toxins out, dislodge some of that dirt that's obviously in there.
Sure.
Then that'll be a ripper. So I went in there. I did a 20-minute session first. She's hot in there, boy. Tell you what.
In the sauna.
In that sauna.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
so hot. So 20 minutes, and then I did another 10 after that. And Jesus, she was just absolutely pounding away there. It was flashing red like a beacon.
Yes.
So that was a real shame because it doubled in size at least. Then I went home and I thought, well, if that's made it double in size, probably the trick I need to do is get some ice on the bastard. I'll get some ice on it. So I put a little ice cube on it, and I did a couple of ice cubes, and I did that over the course of maybe an hour when I was watching the old tally. And that didn't help either.
Sure.
So, but then I woke up this morning, it's completely gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, man.
I tell
That's
you
good.
what,
I'm
though,
happy for you.
it is,
Hey.
because
Yeah.
I told you, like, particularly when I was a teenager, I was an absolute shocker with the old zits. And there is something very, especially when you've got a massive pounding one like you've got there, that's just like a red light just flashing on your face. It's very hard not to get self-conscious about it. You know what I mean? And you're right, because you know that when you're talking to people, they're looking directly at the big red throbbing pussy sort of mountain on your face.
Can I just say, I genuinely didn't notice it until you pointed it out yesterday. Seriously.
Right.
I didn't notice.
Right.
Like your complexion and stuff, it almost, no, like this isn't, it looks like it's just a mole or something.
Yeah, just another mole on my face.
No, but like it's not something that's, it's like a mole or it's not, it doesn't scream big pussy pimple.
Yeah, there's so many things happening on my face. You don't know where to look.
That's right.
And yeah, as a rule, what I do is, because we've got to go after the show tonight, we're going to go out. And, there'll be people, and you just sort of feel, a little bit hideous. And generally, I'd get my wife. My wife would get some, what do they call that?
My wife?
What do they call that?
Savlon?
No. The makeup they put on it.
Oh, yes.
Foundation.
Something or other. Anyway, and they blend it in there. They blend it in just to take the heat out of it.
Sure.
That's what I'm looking to do, is just get some of the heat taken out of it.
Yeah, sure.
And, but she's not here, of course, because she's left me.
Right.
So I'm sort of thinking about
Eyes
maybe
to the front.
maybe we should get back together, because I kind of miss her now.
So she can put makeup on your massive zits.
Keeps her busy.
Here's Tom Petty.
Oh, shoot.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
You're welcome back, you massive backbones. Hey, now listen, it is a Friday afternoon, so after 5, as always, the Friday Throbber. And of course, the theme today had to be none other than Matt Heath, fellas.
Robber.
Are we agreed on that?
We are.
Yeah.
And it's handy because Matt Heath was in a band at one stage.
Yes.
So we could pick one of their songs maybe.
Yeah.
Or a song with Matt Heath in the title or something like that.
Yeah.
Or a song that Matt Heath likes.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, we've got George from the Butlers, the band The Butlers, coming in
yes.
after 5 o'clock as well. They're on tour at the moment. I was just been told, actually, it's a phoner, not a...
Charlie Gubb's on the phone, Jase.
Yeah, Charlie
right. Sorry,
Gubb's coming in.
Charlie Gubb, we're going to get on the phone too to talk the big final this weekend, Keyzie, that you might be commentating.
No, I definitely am commentating that, Jason. It's at 9:30 on Sky Sports. So make sure you join us for that. And of course, Charlie Gubb and Mogey's going to go through our Frat Out Shy Days after 5 too,
Can't
which
wait.
is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
It's the Hauraki Big Show's Friday Throbber.
Yes, indeed, and I think it's fair to say, fellas, the Friday Throbber, a crowd favourite.
Yes.
Certainly is, Jase.
And the idea behind the Throbber, of course, is to set you up for your Friday with a real throbber of a tune to get you in the party kind of spirit. Isn't that right, fellas?
Yeah, sure
Certainly
is.
is, Jase.
Party. That's what we're all about here at Hauraki, and especially the Big Show. And what better way? We each play a song. People ring up, don't they, Keyzie? 0800 Hauraki.
Certainly do, Mogey.
Votes first to 2 is the winner. And then everybody ultimately is the winner because I get to hear a sick tune.
That's right. Today's theme is Matt Heath, isn't it, Jase?
It sure is.
So we've each picked a song that reminds us of Matt Heath. Of course, today was his last day on Radio Hauraki. Who wants to go first?
You go first, Jase.
I'll go first. I mean, I got to be honest with you, fellas, I couldn't go past this one.
But I've only got 6. Oh, nice. That's Beers by Deja Voodoo.
I don't think you'd like that song, Jase.
I love that song, man.
Really?
It's very true, too. You know, when you've only got 6 beers, you don't want to be giving them away.
Absolutely
You
not.
know what I mean? It's
No.
like, leave my beersies alone,
Yeah,
fellas.
yeah. Da-douche. All right, well, that's a bit gutting, but anyway, here's mine.
Oh, that's a tune, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a tune. Oh, this is never going to win.
One of my beers, but I've only got 6.
My version is better, so I'm anticipating some pretty big votes for that one.
Sure.
And of
And
course,
Keyzie, you got some kind of smash mouth shitter?
look, I had a Smath Mouth shitter locked in.
Oh,
Because that's
God.
what Matt Heath is to me.
Math mouth.
Smash
Smath
mouth.
Mouth. But in the end, I decided to go for this tune right here from a little band called Deja Voodoo.
Well, you can't fault the imagination.
I would give you one of my beers, but I've only got 6. So, what do we do here? Do people call up and vote?
Why don't we just play it, and we can either take no points or 1 point each.
Yeah,
Okay?
just play the damn
One of
thing.
those.
In honor of Matt Heath.
In honor of the legend that is, and it is an absolute tune. It's a great song for a Friday. I'm happy to,
All right,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
it. And is it a point for each of us or no one?
Yeah, but if it's a point for each of us, I'll probably end up
You'll
with
end
an
up with an
asterisk somehow.
Yeah, why don't we make it no points?
Okay,
Yeah,
no
no
points.
points.
But you're no points with an asterisk, Jase.
All right, here it is. Deja Voodoo Beers.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Soundgarden there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Friday afternoon. God, I tell you what, fellas, loving this weather at the moment. It's beautiful here in Auckland City.
Yeah, it's good. And I've actually, I normally get my dog to hibernate over the winter there. I don't take her for walks.
Sure.
It's too cold for me. So I've started taking her for walks. Gee, she slowed down, boy.
Yeah.
She used to be an absolute whippet. She, going for a walk, she's constantly pulling, yanking on the leash there, and can't wait to get along to the next thing and sniff on it, or have a waz on it, or whatever. Now she's slowed down so much, she's just sniffing everything. I think it's the only sense that she's got left.
Sure.
So she just sniffs, and you've got to stand there for like 3 minutes while she just sniffs something, and there's nothing there.
Right.
Yes.
And then we'll walk about 10 feet, and then she sniffs something else. Then you got to stand there.
So
It's not even a walk. I don't know what you call it.
Well, how far in total would you have walked?
Well, generally, what we do is we'd walk around the block.
Right.
But I'm not doing that anymore. Today I walked down the street, down, and then crossed the road and came back up. So
Yes.
I took out a couple of sides of the square there.
And she's going blind, right?
She's got cataracts, yeah.
Yeah, so she wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So walking back up the other side of the street.
Well, she knows to hang a right,
Right.
but I had her hang a left. So
Right.
next time I might get her to hang a right by going on a different side of the street. But another thing that's going on is we've got somebody in the neighbourhood has got a huge dog that is laying massive turds outside our house.
Right.
And they are not picking them up.
Sure.
They are not picking them up, which I've got a certain amount of respect for it, but I am desperate to catch them in the act.
Yes.
the dog or the neighbour?
Both.
I don't think it'll be the neighbour doing it. I think it'll be the dog.
Oh, the neighbour's dog. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's a
because
good
I think the
point.
neighbour will probably. Well, I don't know, but neighbour probably goes at home in the
In
toilet.
the toilet, yeah. They've probably got a toilet,
But
eh?
massive steamers, huge.
Yeah.
And some on the grass, but some on the footpath.
Oh, you
now
see.
I don't abide a footpath steamer at all.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
no.
mind. I don't mind one on the berm.
Sure.
That makes sense to me. That's fine. I'm not going on there. But on the footpath,
Yeah, you got to pick those poos up.
So just to clarify, berm is okay?
for me, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't really care.
Like it's fine.
Well, to me, it is. Yeah,
Footpath, no.
footpath isn't where people walk. Is a no.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think if people walk across a berm, they're taking their life into their own hands. You
Yeah.
should know the risks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you should be safe on your own footpath.
Particularly, for those people that don't mow their booms.
No,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
quite
yeah.
long, and so you're just asking for trouble going into an unmowed boom.
You
Yes.
strike me as a guy that wouldn't mow your berm, Jase. I can imagine your berm would be just like wildly out of control.
Well, actually, the council does our booms.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you know.
So they should, man.
So I don't need to do my booms.
Would you poos on the driveway? That's not okay.
Would I do poos on the
No,
driveway?
no,
Nah,
no,
man.
sorry,
I
I mean-
wouldn't. I mean, I'd do mine, as I say, same as the neighbours, I think. I'd do mine in the house in the toilet.
Yeah, okay.
You know, the interesting
Sorry,
thing
it
when
was-
we walk our dog, we've got various directions that we can go with her.
Left and right.
Wow, but we can go in so many different
Can you
directions.
go straight ahead?
And there's certain walks that she likes and certain walks that you'll be 2 minutes into it and she will literally stop on the pavement and
Yeah.
sit down and go, I don't like this walk, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And she won't move. Like, you would have to drag her.
That's what.
And so
That's
then-
the trick, though. You just
yeah,
drag
you do.
them.
Well, no, you just turn around and go back home again and go, I don't want to go for a walk anyway.
Sweet.
It's your problem.
The dog's established dominance over you, Jase.
Yeah, well, can I be honest? I never walk my dog. It's always my wife.
Good. Your backbone.
Here's the Fratellis.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Oh, yes, indeed. A bit of David Bowie for you there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Friday afternoon. I tell you what, we haven't spoken to this mad bastard for a little while, and I've been missing him. I'm talking about our special league correspondent, the one and only Charlie Gubb. Charlie, you mad bastard. How's life?
Life's good, man. Living the dream.
Oh, I bet you are. How's Welly today, by the way, mate? Is it beautiful down there?
It is, man. The sun's shining, and yeah,
The wind blowing.
yeah, it's blowing. It's getting blowing, brother.
How's the Portaloo business treating you, big dog?
Yeah, we're in construction recession, but that's about it. It's all good, brother. Bit of tagging here and there. It's good.
Well, summer's coming along, man, which means the return of festivals, so there'll be lots of people sort of in big fields taking steamers in your Portaloos.
Yeah, I'd hopefully find a few little mini sandwich bags in there.
That's right. Don't forget, by the way, if you're in the Wellington area, you need a portaler. You hit up old Uncle Charlie at Porter King, and they'll see you right. Charlie, the reason we're calling you, mate, is we've got the NRL Grand Final this Sunday night. Of course, old Keyzie will be commentating that one, which would be great. And you'll be tuning into that commentary, right, Charlie?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Straight up. Straight up.
Cheers for the support.
Yeah.
Charlie, what's your vibe going into this, mate? Because personally, the rest of the finals have kind of been boring because
Bill Boring.
it's been a bit Bill boring because it's a foregone conclusion in my mind, at least, that Melbourne v Penrith was always going to be the final. However, now that the final's here, I have absolutely no idea which way this one's going to go.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was kind of hoping that someone else was going to get up in the semis, but I think both teams are just too experienced and their forward packs are just too good, too consistent. It's definitely a tough game to pick. You could make a argument for both of them, but I think I'd be tipping Panthers just on experience, and Big Nelson is a huge loss.
Yeah, what was your vibe on that? Nelson's come sprinting from 70 metres away, smashed old mate in the chops.
Lindsay
Collins there. Lindsay's loved it. It didn't even affect him outside of the fact that he got up and played the ball the wrong way. Now he's been banned for a few weeks. I mean, it's PC gone mad, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It really ticks me off, actually, brother, because, the NRL runs their own product and they act like it's a court of law in there. They should just be like, take every case and just be like, all right, we want to see you play, and just let him go and maybe ban him next year or something like that. But
I've heard a bit of chat about that. One of the ideas is that you double the ban but push it into the following year. But it is one of those things that's tricky, isn't it? Because it does then allow teams to target players, and then they know they can't be banned the following week.
yeah, I don't know. There's always a grey area, but what they're doing now, it's not really fair. It wasn't even that bad. Like, he got hit in the head, but that's just collateral damage for the game.
Exactly, man. That's what he gets.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Charlie, do you remember yourself being on the receiving end of any massive high shots?
Oh, heck yeah. And
You're the king of. They used to call you the concussion king, didn't they?
yeah, they did actually. I'm trying to get that trademarked, and I'm joining Carl Heyman on a bit of a lawsuit. But it was you don't really know until later on in your life, and you're like, Jesus, that was a good shot.
Yeah.
You don't know about it until you see it on replay years later.
Yeah. And then it finally hits home and you go, Jesus.
Well, there are some hits, Charlie, like, for example, famous ones, Ruben Wiki on Sia Soliola, which is just a classic when he was playing for the Raiders.
Kidwell on Mason.
What happened with Lonergan? Was that a hit?
Well, that
or
was a
that
Lonergan shuffle, yeah. That was a little on the high side, that one.
That was hugely on the high side. But do you ever just get smashed and then see the person afterwards and just go, mate, that was a great hit, well done?
Nah, not really. Just like they know, you just give them the eyes up. You don't have to say nothing, Keyzie.
Yeah,
come on, Keyzie,
Well, that's
wake
what,
up, man.
yeah, come on,
Well,
man.
Charlie, now look, mate. I'm going to put you on the spot and I'm going to get you to make a call here. What's it going to be? You need to go one way or the other. None of this sitting on the fence bollocks. Where are you going, Charlie Gubb? Where are you putting your $10?
Well, I was sitting on the fence this morning. I saw a little. Well, it was a private message, actually. Ivan Cleary's got the Panthers boys. They're all been doing semen retention for the whole final series.
Good.
Oh, wow.
I know Keyzie's big into that, so I'll have to tip him because, Keyzie reckons it works pretty good.
That always works.
Yeah,
Well, if they manage to win 4 on the trot, they'll certainly be spraying it around in the changing room afterwards. The old champagne there.
Yeah, the champagne. They'll have the goggles on. Seriously, though, Charlie, last question, mate. Do you hate the Storm or the Panthers like I do? Because it's like picking between Darth Vader and Voldemort at the moment for me.
Nah, I hate the Broncos, brother.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
nice.
yeah,
I'd love Penrith to win. They've just got less arseholes. I've always had some kind of a weird hatred for Melbourne, but
Yeah, right, okay.
We got to support Penrith too because Fisher Harris is coming.
exactly. I want him to tick that box, come over here, and just be an absolute psycho and torture our boys at training.
Hey, Charlie, thanks so much for all your work over the year, mate. Now, listen, if you're ever up in Auckland, let us know and the old Big Show will take you out for a curry. How does that sound?
Yeah, I'm keen as for all that, the full service.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff,
we'll
mate.
service
Good
you, don't
stuff.
worry.
Charlie Gubb there, picking the Panthers, fellas.
The Hauraki Big Show. Weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yes, indeed. Iggy Pop there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show. And exciting news, New Zealand. We have a real live musician in the studio with us. And it's, oh my God, I nearly forgot your name there. George from the Butlers. Hey, how you going, George, you mad bastard?
Yeah, good to see you, Hoodie J. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Yeah, good to be here, mate. Hey, what's going on for you? How's life?
Life's been great, man.
Yeah.
Had a great year band-wise. We've
Yes.
released a couple of singles. We're playing a sold-out show as of about 5 minutes ago. Sold
Hey,
here he
how
is.
good.
neck of the woods
You
tonight.
come in
and-
here to peddle your gig there, and it's sold out.
What-
This
what-
is a bit of a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, I can go if you want.
Yeah.
What
it
about
seems like-
Christchurch?
Yeah, that's sold out too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Gee whiz.
How good.
yeah.
Are you just here to gloat?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I already did it, so
yeah,
yeah.
good, all right.
We've covered that, haven't we?
Actually, in terms of your band, though, and this shocked and amazed me, but in a really good way. Pugson sent through on our chat the sort of numbers you guys are getting on Spotify there. Holy cow, man. You guys are huge.
Oh.
You're pretty popular.
You're pumping Shapies, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
More
on a mo-
monthly listeners than Shapeshifter.
You're pumping them.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I saw you were saying that you consider yourself to be a better band.
Yeah, well, I said that to you. I said that to you in confidence, Mogey.
Yeah.
But no, that's okay. We might just
Run
cut
with
that out,
it.
Keyzie. Thanks. Yeah, cheers, mate. No.
But that must be, seriously, man, really gratifying.
Yeah, no, it's really nice. And it's really nice to see the international audience pick up a bit now.
Yeah, for sure.
New Zealand was one for about 4 years, and now it's number 4. So
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Wait, in
good to
terms
see.
of your listenership.
Yeah.
So what do we got above that? Aussie?
States is number 1.
Yeah.
USA.
Aussie, yeah.
USA.
Yeah, I need to get there next year.
You
I think.
did some touring, though, didn't you, over
Well,
there?
we were meant to, and then COVID absolutely
COVID,
screwed
I
us.
Oh, my
remember
God,
that,
that
yeah.
bloody COVID, the son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I've been hearing about that, actually.
Hey, did you hear about that, Keyzie? Yeah.
So USA, Aussie,
Yeah.
and then what was the other one?
UK.
Oh, wow.
So, well, the sort of minor markets then.
Yeah, if you will.
Yeah.
Right.
So where have you been in terms of have you been outside of New Zealand?
Yeah, we've been to Australia 4 times.
Yes.
And now we're just trying to decide, like, at this very moment, whether we go to the US or the UK next year, because we can't afford both, you know? So
What are you
Yeah.
leaning towards, man?
I want to go to the UK.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
If I was in the Butlers, I'd go to the UK.
You can come if you want.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, but I don't know.
I can be
Partly
your
this
MC.
year- Yeah, great.
I like MC Slave for the Fat Freddy's drop, and then you can like just go rhythmic, and I'll just rap over bits of your songs.
To the front, Mogey, thanks.
Yeah.
You can also do a bit of stand-up comedy.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you could do a stand-up set.
But I'm more of a closer when it comes to my stand-up, not an opener, so we can work something out.
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to musically this year then, man? Are you just creating new stuff?
Yeah, well, we signed our first label deal at the start of this year.
Yes.
Which was really exciting. It's taken us 7 years, but we
Jeez.
have been very cautious.
Yeah.
So we found the right one, and they're not controlling any creative
Who is it?
puppet strings. It's 1 RPM from Australia.
Oh, I've heard bad things about them.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's great though. So you've obviously over the years you've had people sniffing around,
Yeah.
but you guys just making sure you sign with the right people.
Yeah, well, these guys are more marketing and distribution. Hence
Right.
why we've seen some more international audiences coming up. They
Right,
kind of
okay.
take care of all the nerdy stuff in the background, and we just play the gigs. And
I
Yeah,
tell you
right.
what, you probably don't know this about years ago. Mogey and I had a duo called Dual Purpose, and we were going great guns. And the classic sort of story of getting a remember the management there, Mogey?
Yeah, I do.
We were big in the UK, the United States, all your major markets
Gore.
there, and ended up just broke, just totally ripped us off, the sons of bitches.
How many songs did you release? How many singles?
Oh, we didn't really release any songs.
Oh,
We were
okay.
just like a live band.
Oh,
We
right,
didn't
yeah.
believe in releasing songs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it's overrated. Was this
Yeah.
during the motorbike gang phase, or was?
Oh,
It was in his rooting days.
yeah.
Oh,
I forgot about those.
jeez.
Hey, now listen, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go to a tune and we'll come back very shortly.
Yeah, which song would you like to play, Jase?
Look, go with whatever you're feeling there, Keyzie.
How about When I'm Back from the Butlers?
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Oh, how good, eh, fellas?
Oh,
Shit. When I'm back by the Butlers there, we've got George from the Butlers with us this afternoon in the studio. And I tell you what, George, I'm looking outside there. It's a beautiful day, and it gets me thinking about summer. Any plans for you guys over summer?
Yeah, we're going to play firstly on the 27th of December, La Currents in Topol.
Oh, nice. Yes, good.
Who else is on the bill there?
Great question, mate.
Thanks, man.
Coterie is playing.
Yeah.
I
tune.
think Davey Dobbs might even be playing.
Yeah, Sir Dave.
Yeah, Sir Davey Dobbs, yeah.
He
So-
takes his knighthood very seriously. You've got to call him Sir Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll give you a
You'll see on all the billboards and everything. It's Sir Dave Dobbin.
That's true. Hopefully
Right.
you don't get a BSA complaint from
Yeah.
what I just said.
Yeah, he'll give
yeah.
you a slapping if you don't put the Sir in there, Keyzie.
Who? Sir Dave.
Sir Dave,
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure.
So
Okay.
just that one gig, or
We're playing RNA on the 30th.
RNA? Is that Rhythm and Alps?
It is Rhythm and Alps.
Far out with Element OP.
Holy
man.
helmet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
What a
good.
gig.
We haven't been back for 5 years, so it's good to be back and
Far out. So how shit were you 5 years ago compared to
really,
now?
really shit. Yeah. We played at 1 p.m. on the 30th, so it was like gates open.
Gates hadn't even
We were
opened.
just the background noise.
Right.
Nice.
So the 30th, not even New Year's Eve.
No, man.
Wow.
No.
But you would have been stoked though, right?
Oh, yeah.
And,
yeah.
and you must be 10 p.m. on the 31st this time, right?
No. No. We'll come back in a couple of years and talk about that.
When are you performing?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I'm going to say
Okay.
it anyway. I think I'm going to say it's either over or under 7 p.m. on the 30th. So it's
Okay,
around
right.
that time.
So you
Sweet.
just make
Well,
your
that's
way
not like it.
towards as you go. You edge your way closer to 10 p.m. on the 31st.
Yeah.
You edge your way. Okay,
You know
cool.
about edging, don't you, Keyzie?
Yeah, I certainly do.
So this, what we're going on with the tour going on now. Where's that all happening?
Yeah, so Auckland tonight at Neck of the Woods.
Sold
You
out.
can forget about that though. If you want
Sold
to go
out.
on, there's
Yeah.
no tickets.
Thanks, Woody. Christchurch tomorrow also
Sold out.
And then we've got Mount Maunganui on the 11th.
Oh, how
Oh,
good.
how many tickets there for that?
Was it
Heaps.
Torture Street?
Heaps, Mogey.
Well, there you go. If you want to go along to see the Butlers, who, to be honest, are always sold out, and they go on about it too.
selling out.
Torture Street, Mount Maunganui. Thebutlersmusic.com. Is that the
Yeah.
best place to get your tickets?
Yeah.
Pugsan's going tonight to your gig.
He is.
What kind of VIP treatment can we expect for him?
I put him on the door list, so that's
Okay.
a good start.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it you plus one?
Yes, it is +1.
Okay,
he is
cool.
taking a +1, yeah.
Oh, yes, he
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
I don't know if we're allowed to
I
say.
just heard all about this.
Pugsan.
Well, I can't say anything about it, but we'll talk about it next week, hopefully.
I tell you
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Actually,
Talk all about it next week.
Yeah.
A little tip, Pugsan. When you're not on a date, don't bring up old Mogey.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it'll go downhill real quick.
Totally. And I tell you what, old Pakistan loves his music, George, and he's a big fan of yours, as are we, of course.
Well, funnily enough, Pakistan was the year above me at broadcasting school.
Ah.
And can I just say, he walked around with some BDE.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not like you didn't know that already, but I just want to get it out there on the airwaves. That man walked around like it was his castle.
He's currently stabbing himself in the eye with a pen in Studio B.
Did he have a thing for Connies back then?
Nah, man.
Yeah, so that must be recent.
Yeah, like when he started here, I think.
Yeah, he's really taken to it like a duck to water, which is pretty cool. But
pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, well, George from the Butlers, fantastic, mate. And I can guarantee you right now that after the show tonight, Mount Maunganui will be sold out as
are
well.
you talking about their show or our radio show?
No, their show
Oh, okay.
at the Mount there. That'll be sold out within 2 hours. And if not, call Pakistan and just rip him out, all right?
Yeah, I won't bother you, Hoyty. Thanks, mate. And thanks for having me, fellas.
Oh, this is a tune. Do you like this song, George? Wow.
Really?
Hoyty does, so maybe I should too.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yeah, welcome back, you massive backbones. Jeez, I tell you what, fellas, this show has absolutely flown by.
It has, hasn't it?
Hey, coming up after 6 o'clock, if you missed the last show of Matt and Jerry this morning, we got a bit of a recap of that in the second break. And also, as always, what's on the TV with me, Mike Minogue.
That's right. What's on the TV with me, Mike Minogue, will be, giving you something decent to watch over the weekend. It's always, this is a big one, a Friday one.
It is.
Because people want to watch some TV.
There's actually a bit around to watch at the moment.
Yes.
I think. I'm not going to tell you what I watched last night, obviously. That's
spoilers.
between, that's the secret.
With your bachelor life,
But
I bet I can
the
guess.
Penguin's out with Colin Farrell. The Penguin.
Yes.
Penguin, so that villain origin story that's come from HBO. Apparently, it's unbelievably good. And then
What's that on?
It's on Neon in New Zealand.
Oh, I just got rid of Neon.
And then there's a documentary with Will Ferrell and his best mate doing a road trip through the USA. His best mate has just transitioned to a trans woman, so they go through the USA and sort of stop off at little roadhouses all over the joint.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Yeah, boy.
Also, as mentioned, a clip of the final sign-off from Matt Heath this morning on the Hauraki Breakfast Show. It was really emotional. It was really nice from old Jase there. So if you haven't heard it yet, make sure you stick around.
Beautiful.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike, and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Welcome back, you mad bastards. I hope your Friday night's just absolutely going off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, fellas?
Yeah.
By the way, in case
Yeah.
you've just stumbled upon us, you're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Tui.
Do we?
In celebration, I might add, of the return of the famous Tui billboards, if you've got an idea for a Tui billboard, text us 3483.
That's right, and you will go in the draw. No, we'll run it up the flagpole, send it up the old chain there, and it might get turned into a real right billboard. You can also win yourself a Tui prize pack, which old Pugsan puts together.
Yeah.
He does a really good job putting them together too.
Very good.
They come in like a cool little box that plays music when you open it, and the little things inside are all sparkling. That's really cool what
There's
he does.
one thing I'll say about Pugsan, he's good with packages.
Hey, fellas, have you heard of the podcast outro?
Oh, what's that about?
It's bonus content that the Hauraki Big Show do.
Okay.
It is the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, it is that one.
Yeah.
So basically, old Mogey, Hoyty J, and Keyzie will get together and they'll sort of warm up for the show with a 10 to 15 minute
Captain
chat.
Keyzie
Captain
from Game of Two Halves.
Captain Keyzie from Game of Two Halves. That's the one.
Oh, I still haven't seen that yet.
Oh, Jase. Here's a clip from today's outro about eating.
I have this weird thing. I'm very similar to you, but I have this weird thing. I mean, I'm already shocking on the eating front anyway.
You don't eat enough.
But what you do eat is shit.
But I reach. Yeah, that's fair.
That's pretty much us sorting out Hoyty J's diet there.
Yeah, that was good help, wasn't it?
What have you eaten today?
Oh, good question.
I went and bought we got a little place, a sort of sushi shop up the road from us, and they make sort of crumbed chicken, rice
Katsu.
with beetroot, grated carrot,
Japanese,
beans.
is that the answer?
Yeah. And it's very good. I had about a third of that.
Nice.
1/3 of it.
Yeah, and then I gave the rest
Save
to my
the rest
wife.
for your dog.
No, well, he wasn't making a joke about your wife. He wasn't. Hey, Mogey.
I wasn't.
Can I see you outside for a second, Mogey?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yeah, tune.
You like that?
Underworld, eh?
Hey, now listen, it was a really big day here at Radio Hauraki. Obviously, the signing off of the great Matt Heath. Very emotional by all accounts. You guys were telling me that old Pugson was bawling his eyes out.
He
got a bit uncomfortable at one stage.
He sort of he brought a great cloud of shame on the Hauraki Big Show.
Yes.
He lost a lot of mana.
He did, because
Yeah.
he had quite a lot there.
He did.
And you know how he's always burning through the tissues in one way or another? It was weird with the tears today. He was almost making it about himself.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a good way of putting it. I
Yeah.
hadn't thought
Oh,
of that.
my God. Was he pulling focus on Matt Heath?
He was pulling focus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
He was upstaging.
He was upstaging.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because of that, we feel like the audience might not have got the full emotional sort of the gravity of Matt's final break. So
It
we
was
thought
a real piece of shit move.
Anyway, here is a clip of Matt and Jerry's final break together on Radio Hauraki after 11 years together on Breakfast.
So, on behalf of all the listeners, on behalf of Radio Hauraki, on behalf of your family, your friends, everybody, thank you very much. Thanks for the last 11 years. It's been magnificent. Every part of it has been magnificent. And nothing will ever be the same again. So, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of everybody else's heart here, everybody that's worked on the show over the years, thank you for what you've done. Thanks for giving what you've given. It's been a real thing.
Yeah, well, just love you guys and so grateful for all of it. Just so very grateful for all of it.
And we wish you all the best with everything that you do. All the best.
So this is it?
This is it.
All right. Love you guys.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's very nice.
It was very nice.
And, you know, obviously the emotions are pretty high, fellas.
Ugh.
It's been a hell of a career here at Radio Hauraki, and as you were pointing out earlier in the show, Mogey, they've been doing the breakfast show for almost 20% of the time that Radio Hauraki has been existing, and when you put it in that context, pretty bloody amazing, mate.
Pretty unreal. Yeah, it is the end of an era, but God, giving us some bloody good moments, and we're pivotal in sort of my eventually coming onto Radio Hauraki. I love the way that they did radio. They did it very differently to, I think, the way other radio shows do it, and as a result of that, you get a certain kind of fan for Hauraki, and I think that sort of helped us out as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a huge asset, and of course he's not going anywhere too far. He's just getting promoted up to ZB.
Yes.
And he'll be finishing every day at 4 p.m. So when you're done with his show, obviously you'd flick over to the big show, and we'll bring you home with the real news of what's happening in the world.
Yeah, totally. Go well, Matty. You'll be missed.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Red Hot Chili Peppers there on this glorious Friday evening. Let's have some TV chat.
That's a good idea.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue? Grow up, fellas, for God's sake.
It's way too late.
Are you
for that.
guys steamed?
No. Why would we be steamed? Why? Because it's Matt Heath's last day and everyone else is steamed?
Well, you got your little sleepy doughy eyes going on, Keyzie.
Guys, let's concentrate on what's on the telly with old Mogey.
All right, he's got something good up his sleeve.
I
here.
watched McMahon last night, the first episode of McMahon, the WWE guy that... Vincenzo. He's a real scumbag. I highly recommend it.
Yes.
Very entertaining, very well-made documentary. All the interviews with all the main players. And yeah, he certainly... I think it's going to just get more and more dark as it goes on. He was up to no good, Keyzie. I don't know if you should watch it.
No, I think I might.
It's a bit sexy.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, what I'm interested to see is, like, because obviously wrestlers are
I know.
people that usually kids are into, love wrestling, and teenagers. And then obviously some adults stick with it, which is fine. But finding out that a lot of, like, your childhood heroes were perverts, potentially.
Well, certainly Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but, like, this is
yeah.
what, like, is so interesting about this, is if it comes out that he has, you know, Like,
he has.
yeah, but him, because he was a bit of a hero, because he started the whole thing, and they always celebrate the boss.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it'd be quite interesting. I think I will
It's
watch
very
it.
interesting. Very well made. Highly recommend. That's on Netflix.
Okay, what's it called again?
McMahon.
Yeah, I watched Below Zero last night again.
Oh, again.
What's that reality show?
Yeah, it's a reality show where people live in temperatures below zero.
Is that how they got the name?
Arctic Circle, etc. And I just love watching people, going and killing stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like
It's the best, like bears.
and seals and moose,
Snakes?
that kind of thing. Moose is very popular.
Mooses.
They're the weirdest animals, the moose.
Oh, the moose are a shady bastard.
They're really shady.
Yeah,
Why?
they
What
are.
do
They've got
do?
those big sort of goggly eyes
They
as
do,
well,
man.
you know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
does Mogey, but he's not shady.
And I always sort of fantasize about that sort of stuff living out there, below zero, old Hoodie J and his furs.
Dead in 3 seconds.
Chopping wood, yeah, I would be. I'd die within about 5 minutes,
Getting
I
his
reckon.
guts eaten out by a salmon.
A salmon.
Dominated by a salmon.
Going out
Yes.
to spear some
But
salmon.
it was a wild salmon.
and then getting overwhelmed by one. Last night, fellas, I watched, and it's really great. You guys should watch it. Game of Two Halves
oh, yeah.
with old Keyzie as the captain. I tell you what, I
Captain
like him.
Keyzie, they call him.
He did a good job because he was a panelist for the first 3 eps, and then they've obviously gone, wow, he's got the chops.
Sure.
Let's put him as captain. And I tell you what, it really worked. I was really pleased with
Right.
it for him
Yeah.
because he seems like a good fella. And if you want to watch a replay of that, you can just watch it on Sky Sport. If you've got Sky
Anytime.
Sport now
Anytime.
or Sky Sport, just watch it. It's there. You
Yeah,
can
I'll
watch
be doing that.
all of them.
I'll be doing that.
Mogey, when you say it like that,
And I'm sure that I'll stumble across it at some point.
yeah. Do you reckon you could handle a wild salmon, though?
In what sense?
Depends how wild it is.
What do you mean, in what sense?
Because they
You
get
mean
pretty,
catching it on a
irritable.
rod? Catching it on a rod?
No, like, because you're below zero. Does he have a rod? I feel like he'd be
Yeah.
there with a spear.
Yeah, man.
He's got,
He's
a,
got a
rod.
big rod.
Yes.
Do you reckon you could
I
handle
mean,
a...
it's not prehistoric times, Keys. You don't have
Wake
to be
up.
there with a spear.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
It is 2024.
yeah. Do you reckon you could handle a salmon with a rod in 2024?
Massively.
Swear, that was a good convo. Should we go to a tune?
Sure.
Who's this?
Oh, yeah. Collective Soul,
Collective
man.
Soul Mogey. Man, he knows his music,
Yeah.
man.
He does.
Keep up, Jason.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Super Groove there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Friday evening. Now, fellas, would you say that spring is the season of love? Of new growth, of new beginnings?
Well, it is because
fresh
I think a
starts?
lot of people are getting into it in sort of December, January and summer. So that's when the kids are coming out in spring.
Yes.
You're right, Jay. September, October there.
It's also, great when all the flowers are blooming and all that sort of stuff. And the
I
birds
love love. I
The-
can put
yeah.
it for you that way.
And the birds are
Pretty
tweeting
cheesy.
in the trees there.
Tweet, tweet,
I mean,
tweet.
It's the perfect opportunity because I'm looking outside and it's beautiful. And I'm
They
thinking to
love it,
myself,
birds.
if I was with a special someone that I'd been with for a little while, maybe.
How long?
Oh, yeah.
What about less than that?
Maybe 6
I
months.
reckon you pull the trigger.
And I know they're the right one for me. This is the time of year to bend the knee
Pull the trigger.
and pull the trigger.
And send it up the flagpole.
And send it up the flagpole and say, my darling, would you be so
Oh,
kind
my
as
darling.
take me as your lover for the rest of your life?
Yeah. I think Mogey's steamed.
Yeah, he's totally steamed, eh?
Hey, but with that in mind, not Mogey being steamed, with the whole love and spring thing
Oh,
in
yeah.
mind, Diamonds on Richmond,
No.
guys.
Tell me about it.
Oh, well, they're a really great
All
jeweler.
right, just
Okay, people know about Diamonds on Richmond. If you need an engagement ring, right, they're a great place to go visit.
yeah. Well, they've
They
got
take-
diamond rings there. I've been there before.
They do. They take all the hassle out of it. It's stress-free. There's no pressure. It's all good.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Have you heard about that?
I've heard
But
that,
for
yes.
men, it's a dog. So
Oh,
who
yeah, man's
knows?
best friend. What's that about? Anyway, Diamonds on Richmond have given us a $10,000 engagement ring to give away.
That's crazy.
It's
That's
Jase,
bonkers.
Mike, totally. The winner of this amazing prize, go to hauraki.co.nz, sign up there, tell us how you'd like to propose. But the winner, not only do they get the $10,000 diamond engagement ring, they also get the assistance of the Big Show to actually plan the proposal.
We could do the old alley-oop.
What do you mean?
Well, an alley-oop is an assistant scoring, Keyzie, in the game of basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Geez,
Okay.
even I knew what that was.
No, but what do
Keyzie.
you mean
Wake
by
up,
that? Are we
man.
doing an actual
Well, we
alley-oop?
can assist them, We're going to be able to come in there and make a otherwise boring, likely to be rejected offer of marriage infinitely more interesting, especially given the fact that we'll have a $10,000 ring as well. So you've got a far better chance of getting a yes. That's what I meant, Keyzie.
Enhance their
Read between the
possibilities.
lines, man.
I can't.
Read between them.
What about this from, this one comes through from Anonymous. Quiet night in, Borat playing. Some candles lit. Knee drops synced to my wife. And then afters with the big show.
Oh, yeah.
And then in brackets, minus Keyzie.
No,
So
no,
I'm
that's-
actually taking
can't have that.
That entry is actually disqualified.
That's disqualified.
So I
I
hope
agree
you're
with
happy
that,
about
man.
that.
That's not love.
cool.
Nah,
that's not cool.
That's not love, man. Disqualifying Keyzie. G'day, fellas. Anonymous here. Love your work.
Oh.
Either at the top of the luge in Queenstown in winter or surrounded by candles in the lounge of our first home that we've just bought together. I'd go for the luge there. It sounds way better than
No, I'd actually, and not the one in Queenstown. That get a little bit pricey, and it's too far away for us. I go to Rotorua.
Yeah, that one's
Sure.
more fun. The luge
Sure.
is actually more fun.
Just on that front, by the way, with Diamonds on Richmond, if you go up to them and say, hey, and you use the phrase, my wife,
My wife!
they're going to take the GST. They're going to pay your
Pay your
GST for
GST,
whatever
yeah,
you
yeah,
purchase.
yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Did you say that because you want me to wrap the segment up?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. Friday, eh? Done and dusted. What a day it's been here at Radio Hauraki. Of course, Matt Heath's final show. A very emotional day. And old Keyzie and Pugson and Mogey are now going to hit the town, aren't you,
We
fellas?
are. We're going to paint it red.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
man.
we've been keeping off the beers up until this point. Well, I have.
I have.
And we'll probably have a few tonight, just responsibly, of course, just to celebrate the legend that is Matt Heath.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight, Hoity J?
Well, it's kind of a sad night, as mentioned earlier in the show. I've got to go to the airport. Another one of my girls is buggering off to live in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm not happy about this,
Oh,
Mogey. I'll be
mate.
honest with you. There's
Yeah.
3 of them living over there
Yeah, we've
now.
talked about it on the show.
And so that'll be quite sad. I don't think I'll cry. I think my wife will.
I think you will.
My wife.
Actually, it probably will be me that
Yeah,
will
I
cry.
think so.
Would you ever consider if they all went over there, moving over there?
Yes.
Oh, clingy.
I reckon the big show would go great guns in Aussie.
Yeah.
I don't think it would.
I think it would just go off.
I don't think we're going to find out.
No. Hey, but listen.
But you should go, though.
Thank you so much for listening to the show. Check out the Instagram. Check out the podcast. Have a fantastic weekend. And until Monday, see you later, New Zealand.
Yeah!